guy that put it on its roof on the track. So, I mean, you know, everybody gets an accolade for something. It burrs. We don't pay anybody anything for going off the end of the earth over there on the west side, but you do pay if you get flipped over on your roof. The first person, that is. And the number 8 car, that is Sean McIntosh driving, Petey's Racing. I got to tell you something about that car. That is the best it's ever run this year. And that was his wife in the background saying it still sucks, but really, it's the best it's run this year. Okay, folks, how many cars do you see out there? I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would that be about right? Anybody else got that? We don't have ABR out there. Don't have number 4. Number 7's retired for the day. Whoa, hey, now that's... There we go. So you were there, you sort of have a little bump, you turn around, you get into the dirt. Next thing you know, you're at the back of the pack, which is where you're supposed to be. There's something with that 68 car. I don't know if it's overpowered or undersprung or something. We got to talk to the designer of that. There goes Sharky testing out the peanut patch there. Yeah, he's just going to continue backwards till he can flip that thing around. There he goes. He thinks he's in an Enduro. No, he's not. He's going to come back in at the back of the pack. Way back at the pack. Yeah, there we go. Still racing. That's the way it's supposed to be. Just in case you're wondering, it looks like 22. Kerry Martin's driving that 76 Monte Carlo by Chevrolet is in the lead. Followed up closely by Alan Collidy and an 80. That is not an 80 Impala. That's something else. Number 28, anyhow. Now, what did I do here? Sometimes you just don't get the right information. '28 looks like a Buick to me. Anyhow, it's a good car, and it hasn't been in many races because it's not all pranged up. Beautiful paint job on it. Coming around here is Sharky. He's always a popular one with the kids because he hands out shark stuff. We're in the 6th lap of a 10-lap race, ladies and gentlemen. 10-lap event. Okay, now look at Greg Wagner there in 134. I think he's going to get in closer now than he was last time around. He probably wants to get up real close and really on the inside so he can really pass number 2, Kerry Martin's in that Monte Carlo. So it looks like we have 3 cars in a tighter race here. Okay, Greg Wagner looks like he's trying to take him on the outside now. Okay, onto the inside. There he goes, waiting for him to slide out. He's got the inside track now. If he's got the power to move that big Buick, he can do it. No, 22 got a little ahead of him. Kerry just said, I think I'll go around the inside here myself. Man, you never know what fun. 1 lap to go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the white flag. 1 lap to go. I'd say the big race here is between Kerry Martins at 22 and Greg Wagner at 134. That would be my guess at this particular time. Okay, now who's going to have the nerve? Greg's got lots of nerve, and it looks like Kerry has too, and Greg is on the inside, and he's leading it. Looks like Greg Wagner is our winner. How about that? Woo! Greg Wagner is our winner. Greg Wagner driving that little Buick LeSabre Coupe. This is a 10-lap heat, ladies and gentlemen. Now, out in front are the Osborne brothers. There, number 42 is Dean and Wayne in car 34. Number 60, Lauren Osborne, right on his tail feathers, and here comes Kenny Bell driving 21. Now, there's one thing I know about Ken. He is one of the most laid-back guys you'll ever see driving. When he goes by, you'll notice he's got his arm resting on a piece of his equipment there that's just there to protect him. He just laid back. Hey, man, we're just going to drive around in circles here a bit. Very, very laid-back guy. And I have to attest to the fact that he's a darn fine mechanical guy, too, because he's been keeping my car on the road, which is no mean feat, I'll tell you. Spreading them out a little bit. 22's catching up to the tail end. 88, Kyle Cockrell. How do you like that sound as it goes by? Isn't that great? The sound, the smell. This is racing in Regina. The only place in Regina where you're supposed to burn asphalt. If you're doing it anyplace else, it's illegal. Oh, look at 36 is out there too. That's Daryl Potts. He just thought he'd come out sometime during the race, see what it's like out there. Daryl had that car racing 100 years ago, and then he rebuilt it all. There's about 20 square inches of original car in that deal. And you'll notice Daryl is a very cautious racer, number 36, because that car's not all pranged up yet. He's just getting his racing feet put together. Going around and around. We're in the 7th lap now, ladies and gentlemen. 7th lap of a 10-lap event. And then right after this, we're going to have those mini stocks. Now, is this racing or is this racing? This is racing. Okay, the Osborne brothers are way out in front there. I don't know if they decide ahead of time who's going to win or if they just scrap her out right there, out on the oval. 34 is Wayne. He's out in front, followed up by Dean Osborne at 42. Lauren Ostrom in that beautiful yellow car, number 60. Now we have Kevin Jorgensen pulling ahead of 21, Ken Bell. And 17 and 36, they're just looking at each other saying, we got pretty cars, let's not get crunched up here. They're just having a nice little chit-chat as they go by. And 88, Niall Cockrell. That car used to be ABR in the bomber class. We got pretty cars. We're not in the front, though. That's all. There we go. There's your winner. Winner is Wayne, followed up by brother Dean. Wayne Osborne driving an 80 Buick Regal. His pit crew is Derek Rosum, John Rosum, Jerry Rosum. Found more sheets. We're up to par now. I'm sure it's the paper bunnies that are causing me all the frustration. 20. Corey, why are you doing that? How come you're doing that, Corey? Corey just sort of flopped over the edge of the world there. That's where Christopher Columbus's 4th boat went. Here we go. We have a race, ladies and gentlemen. We're off and running. First lap of 10. Okay, and away we go. Round and round, no mulberry bush there. Hey, 64 is just testing out the grass. And he gets past. Oh, we're tight here. We're tight going around the corners. There's your lap 1. Fabian Moorside out front in car number 22, his Wabbit. Followed up by that Z car, number 7, and then Noel Macabina in 15, driving a Dodge Omni. ILT right in on the inside corner there. Corey Hellebrand right behind him with number 20. You remember Corey, he's the guy that found the... ILT's taken that inside into a new dimension by the looks of things. 15, Noel Macabina ahead, but look, there goes that magic little Honda car. Look at that magic Honda car, man. I think I'd like to drive that sometime, just to see what that thing's all about. Number 8's running good. That's just great. Sean McIntosh. That's an interesting car too, number 8, because it doesn't have a year. It's between this year and another year, about 4 or 5 years down the road. It's all glued together just right. There we go. I'd say that Noel Macabina, who likes to win here, number 3, with Matt Morris driving that number 3 from ILT Racing, is going to pass him. Or is he going to pass him? Yep, he's going to pass him, and he's going to go, 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 go. Yes, indeed, he's going to go, 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 go. It's Matt Morris's first year of racing, so you can understand where he'd want to take it a little bit easy. He doesn't want to like drive the car right into anything or over anything or flip it upside down, because the boss there, Howard, just might say, hey, that's not performance. So we want to keep the car on the track. Always going on the outside, then we're going to go on to the inside. On the inside, go around the shortest part of the track, and away we go. Okay, another little race. Looks like we have two Volkswagens there, 22 and Corey in 20. And they're having a little race. Corey has superseded past the WAP. We are in the 7th lap. Look at those racings going on there. 20 and 22 are racing. Number 3's out in front. 15 is thinking, how can I get there and just beat him on the last run around? And I'm not sure he can. Not sure. That number 3 is a great race car. Notice number 7 there. That's also that's an excellent car, but they don't want to seem to get it smashed up much. Wonder why not, eh? Looks so pretty. Lots of tires squealing. Okay, here you go. 1 lap to go, ladies and gentlemen. Out in front is number 3, that beautiful little Honda car. Followed by 15, Noel McAvina, followed by Corey Hellebrand in number 20. 22, Fabian Moorside. Number 7 is Joe Shuba driving the ILT race car there. Followed up by Sean McIntosh driving number 8 and 64, Darcy and Greg Coney. And your winner was number 3. Your winner is number 3, Matt Morris from ILT Racing. Hey folks, I don't know how many you count. Tell me, how many cars do you count running around there right now? 5. This is the feature for the Bombers. And they are rocking and rolling. Scotty, what's a bomber? Doesn't matter. I've been ignored by bigger guys than him sometimes. Here we go, number 68, taking a little spin into the dirt pool there. What we're going to do, Joe says we're just going to put a caution flag up. Everybody maintain their position. Caution simply means maintain your position. In fact, it's even a little more difficult. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, we have a race. All classes, ladies and gentlemen, enduro classes and all other cars, enduro classes and all other cars, after the minis are done their feature, would you please come out? We're going to do some kiddie rides. We're going to give the kids an opportunity to go around the track ones. So all enduro cars and all regular race cars, please come out and take the kiddies out. But that's after we're done with the mini stock feature. Okay, we're down to a 3-car race right now. 28 could be going in, getting back out again. That happens. Oh, yes, indeedy. 22, Kerry Martins, great driver. He and Greg Wagner, another fine driver, having a little bit of a race. And Sharkey, of course, he's in the auto parts business. He's following behind. Might be something you can pick up and sell him later on in the week. But Sharkey just started this halfway through the season last year. He's been in 13 or 14 enduros, but he never thought racing would be him, so he went out and he bought this little car. Never had so much fun since he discovered girls are different than boys. He says this is just the best thing. Trust me, as you get older, cars can be way more fun than girls. I think. I forget. Okay, let's see what we got a real race going on here between Kerry Martins in 22 and Greg Wagner in 134. a real race, because you see, Kerry wants to stay ahead and win the race, and Greg is determined to push that Buick around the track faster so he wins the race. It's kind of a simple thing. It's just like, I want to be the winner. And he's on the inside now. Greg, if Greg can keep that speed up and get into that corner faster than Kerry, but he can't, you see. Even though he's going there, he just didn't have enough speed to get right ahead of Kerry. Took a little bite of the dirt. That'll slow you down a few feet. Sharky's omnidirectional shark fin still continues to work. There's a guidance system for him. There you go. Greg says, if I can't pass you on the inside, I'm going to make it darn miserable, and I'm going to pass you on the outside. There he goes down, dropping down to the inside, now to the outside. Now he wants to get ahead of him, and he wants to drop down inside and push him right off the track. But that didn't work that time. I tell you, imagine what kind of nerves you got to have to do this and not just sort of say bad words and things with all that adrenaline. Here comes Steve back, number 68. Thanks for coming on, Steve. That 85 Pontiac Bonneville. He is at the back of the pack right now. We are in lap 10. Coming right up. This is a 15-lap event, ladies and gentlemen, as the feature race. We were in 10. And, whoa, there's Sharky saying, spin around, spin around, spin around, drive some other way, change gears, go backwards, doesn't matter. Okay, now look at this 22 and 134. Kerry Martins, he's just going to drive backwards. He said, it doesn't matter which way I'm going to drive, I ain't going to win this race. He's good at going backwards. And here I thought, his name is Jim Braden. Now that doesn't sound like a Ukrainian name to me, but you know, I know us Ukrainian kids tend to go backwards more than some of the other kids, but I didn't know Braden was a Ukrainian name. He's doing fine. Okay, squealing tires, gotta love that burning tires and that gas smell. 22 134, Kerry Martins, Greg Wagner, Kerry Martins, Greg Wagner, Kerry Martins, Greg Wagner. Who's it gonna be? I'll tell you, Greg is so anxious to get past Kerry Martins in that 22 car. He must just be tapping his toes and hanging on to the steering wheel. There we go. Look at how close they are. Look at that. Oh, man. Steve Bast in 68 just kind of got a little tap, and he's spinning around. I think it'd be fun to be a rider in Steve's car. He spins around more than anybody else. Okay, here we got a race thing happening here again. Man alive. What's it? Oh, somebody got a black flag. Greg Wagner. Kerry Martin's got the black. Don't know. 134, Greg Wagner got the black. Yeah, black flag means retire to the pits, I believe. Oh, Jim, man. Yeah. Somebody tell Sharky that his race is over.
Well, I tell you, we're just going to set these on his car here. I don't get let me. We won't scratch your paint job. Well, I tell you, if you're going to win your first race ever, this has got to be the way to do it.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Had a few bugs in the car. I think I got them out now. So hope to be here again.
There you go, sir. There's your mug. Get you turn around here, get your picture taken with this gentleman. Alrighty.
Laps of street stocks right now. 2020. You have to take your shoes off, Scotty, if you're going to count that. I already did up here. Oh, bad, bad. There we go. And I'll tell you, they're going to be a little more cautious, because when they've already seen a black flag out, it just shows you that there's no more flies. No, that's the TV commercial. Black flag, no more flies. We got, oh, look at this, number 22 and 42, really close together. I don't think I'd want to be a piece of paper between those two cars right now. That's Stacy Getz fixing the way the gates work. He has Getz Enterprises, does a lot of work on these cars, has a couple of cars out there. And before he had Getz Enterprises, he had Getz Gates. That's why he can do that so well. And of course he had he had that fine young fella called Pigpen helping him out with the hammer there. If you don't have a hammer, you can't fix nothing, not even a carburetor. Okay, out front, Lorne Osterman, car 60. And we got a few things going around in circles. And clearing right through them is Ken Bell. Hey, we just, will it go round in circles is how that song goes, and they did. Everybody took a little turn for the other side. One after the other, after the other, after the other, after another one. And away we go. Here we are. We're starting lap 4. Hopefully we'll be in lap 5 in no time flat. There you go, number 34, Wayne Osborne, taking over from Lorne Osterman, 60. I'll tell you, both of those cars, any one of these cars can win this race. It's just a matter of experience, the day, how the car is running today, how the tires are sticking today. It's not that any one car is just a bad car or anything like that. Any one of these could win. That's how equal the automobiles are. Kevin Jorgensen coming up on Lorne Ostrom. He's trying to take the inside. Looks like Lorne squeezed him out for the corners 1 and 2. Got a very fast car there. You don't always see that because he's a cautious guy. He's taking it on the inside. I don't know if there was a bump there or not, but I think they were close enough to kiss. There he goes, he's on the inside. Hey, Mr. Daryl Potts right on his tail feathers. He's trying to get on the inside of Lorne Ostrom. And I think he's done that. Now he's going into the corner again. Lorne gets behind there. 34, Wayne Osborne, he's used to winning. He likes it. He likes the feeling of winning. Here comes 21, that's Ken Bell. Just look at him. Wow, really, what's happening here? We're just having a nice little race around. Talk about being cool under fire. Kind of guy you want flying your airplane when people are shooting at you. How about that? We got them all spread out. Look at Daryl Potts there. He's getting a little like, hey, I think I can go somewhere here. He's right up on Kevin Jorgensen. Pretty close. He's trying to get on the inside of him. Kevin's a good driver. By the way, number 22, Kevin Jorgensen, is our president this year. Was our president last year. Next year, maybe he'll be something else. And again, maybe not. Wayne Osborne in 34, way out in front of the pack. Kevin Jorgensen sort of has it in his mind to get out there. And it looks like Daryl Potts has finally decided it's okay to get his car scratched because he looks like he's running for the winner's spot there in that beautiful Mustang number 36. Lorne Ostrom's a little bit back. Lorne's won a race or two already this year. Like I say, any one of these guys can win because, you know, if the leader happens to spin out or something like that at the wrong time, goes to the back of the pack, somebody else wins. It's just as simple as that. This is exciting, good, wonderful racing at Kings Park Speedway in beautiful downtown Regina, and we are so happy to have Direct West as our major sponsor for today. We're starting the 13th lap, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've been counting because I see several of you have your shoes on, but just in case you weren't counting, starting 13. I'll tell you, is this a great day for racing in Regina or what? You couldn't get much better than this. Well, I suppose you could if they had the free bar, but I don't think so other than that. I love that paint job on number 17. That is beautiful. Okay, Daryl Potts there in his Mustang number 36, trying to catch up to 22. Look at those numbers, 34, 22, 36. Those are good numbers. They're all even numbers, just in case you were wondering. Okay, 34 is way out ahead. Daryl Potts apparently wants to take Kevin Jorgensen. He's working really hard to be on Kevin's tail and get on the inside. And oh, look at how fast he came up on him. Wow. That's the race to watch right now, folks. Watch number 22, Kevin Jorgensen and Daryl Potts in 36. Yes, indeed. Yep, Daryl's coming out of his shell. You know, well, he was off driving for a long time, and now he's getting back to it, and he's had that car out a number of times last year, and this year he's getting her out there, and I think he's thinking it's time to get a scratch and go somewhere. Not like a scratch and go ticket, but you know what I mean. There you go, see 17, because he's at the end of the pack, he's supposed to get out of the way so other people can pass him. And he does. And they do. Oh, that almost looked like Daryl's corner touched number 17 sliding around there. There you go, 1 lap to go, ladies and gentlemen. 34 is out in the lead. That is Wayne Osborne, followed up by 22 Kevin Jorgensen, followed by Daryl Potts, number 36. What else we got going on for a race here? Very much, not too much going on. We just got some stragglers. There's your winner, number 34, Wayne Osborne. Look at this. Wayne Osborne has spawned on Wayne's car. No, I see it now. There you go, Scotty. Tell us some stuff from these racing guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a nice car that I love to see out here. And he comes to us all the way from Watcher, Saskatchewan. And he's a fun gentleman to talk to. His hands are shaking a little bit, but I tell you, your first top 3 finish in 2 years.
Yeah, sure is. Great to be out here for a change.
Hey, Scotty, if you were that old, your hands would shake too.
Yeah, I know. It's a combination of old age and the adrenaline that's pumping. There you go, sir. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, let's go over here and talk to the guy that he's actually going to stop and talk to me this time because he forgot a little bit earlier. It's nice looking blue and white, number 22, sponsored by Southern Asphalt Services, which he just happens to own. Car's looking pretty good.
Yeah, it looked better before that little wreck in turn 1 there, but I guess that's racing, so get him next time.
There you go, sir. Now we're going to go over here and talk to the gentleman with, he's got a few parts missing off his car, but that doesn't seem to have slowed you down a little bit.
It didn't slow me down, no.
She's kind of, I think we better get you out of here because she looks like she's overheating a little bit, so.
I might need a push start.
There we go, folks. That race has started. Now remember, there's going to be 20 laps. Look at this. Whoa, 2 cars going off side by each over there. Number 7, and I believe that was number 8. They just went off the end of the... Tell them thank you for sponsoring us out here. There we go. Number 3's taking a little bit of a swing. Number 20, Corey Hellebrand's out in front. Now, if he keeps pedaling fast, oh, look at that. Number 3's trying to take him on the corner. I think we got a little bit of a, there goes Corey. Yeah, he's going straight down the dirt. Whoa, oh, we got a black flag. Who's going to get the black flag? Corey keeps trying to drive in the dirt. It's harder. You got to get back on the track. I'm thinking number 3 might be getting the black flag. What's happening here? Number 3 getting the black flag off the track for number 3. But he didn't slow down enough to go off the track. Okay, that's what happened there. Black flag means you leave, I believe. Yep. There we go, the race is on. We've now started the 3rd lap, ladies and gentlemen, of a 20-lap event with the mini stops. Down to a field of 4 right now. We're looking for Corey to come back pretty darn quick with car number 20 after that tire has been changed. Apparently he's on the way out right now. There he comes. There he is, comes, and he's given the okay. There he comes. There's Corey Hillebrand. Tires changed, and away we go. Woohoo! And you'll notice he's using a regular tire, not one of them little rubber round, tiny things. He's using the big deal. He's at the back of the pack, kind of a lap off, but that's okay. That'd be Noel McAveen out front in number 15. Number 7 is Joe Shuba. I think this is Joe's first year of racing, if I'm not mistaken. Second year. Oh, pardon me, 1980 he started, back in the old days. Yeah, Joe's an old driver. First year back here. Driving that number 7 car from Independent Lift Truck. 20, Corey Hillebrand. 22, Fabian Moorside. Number 8, Sean McIntosh. I'll tell you, it's nice to see Sean going around in circles again. And he's going around like he has command of that automobile. You guys sitting there in the stands, you think, oh, there's nothing to this. You got guys whizzing around you. You got a car that's stuck to the ground most of the time, then its tail feathers take off on you. I mean, we're talking serious stuff. If you goof, you can take out 3 cars in no time, and then after that, some people don't talk to you so nice as they used to us. So you got to remember, you got to get used to this stuff. This is Sean. What's this? His second year? 5th year. Wow. He's getting it. Since 2000. Yep. Okay, where's the race happening? Noel McAveen out in front. Corey Hillebrand sneaking up behind him, and he wants him. Yeah, Corey's 1 lap behind Noel right now, so if he gets by him, then he's only got 1 more lap until he's in the front again. I'll tell you, and he wants to get by him, but you know what? That guy in front of you can control you. There's a little whooping going on over here because I believe it's Mrs. Hillebrand that's up here cheering on her husband. No? All his fans. Everybody that's counting is his fan. I don't know what's going on here, but everybody that's counting is Corey's fan. Now that's craziness. The guy should be so popular. I got to take lessons from him. Everybody cheers for everybody. Here we go. Now we go. There we go. Noel McAveen taking another lap on Sean McIntosh. One thing I can guarantee you, that Corey Hillebrand in car number 20 is racing. And the only thing on his mind is to get around that. You two good-looking gentlemen out there hanging on the fence, would you all move back about 30 feet, please? Please move back about 30 feet. Or one of your wives is going to come down on you like a load of bricks, young feller. Now Corey is just driving that thing. Noel, of course, is thinking, I'm not sure I like this guy going way ahead of me. How come I didn't just cut him off and keep him behind me? But it happens. This is called automobile racing, and we are going around in circles, and that's the whole idea. Fabian there in number 22. Number 7 is Joe Shuba. Number 8, Sean McIntosh. Going around, going around, going around. There's your last lap, ladies and gentlemen. White flag says one more time around and you've got the deal. There's the white flag for Corey. I think he's going to have trouble catching up to Noel McAvina right there, number 15. That's your winner of the feature. Second be Fabian Moorside, third to be car number 7, Joe Shuba. Racer, but he's a winner.
With this gentleman in number 22, Mr. Fabian Moorside. He thinks he got 3rd place. We just got done informing him. Buddy, you got 2nd place in that one.
Right on.
So, I seen you when you first come out here, and you're one of the very first people to teach us that these cars definitely know how to roll over. And we've talked a little bit. I think this kind of makes up for it.
Everyone just kept on hassling me to get back on the track, so that's what I did.
Hey, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause, and we'll give him his 2nd place mug here. There you go, sir. All right. This time he's got no choice but to talk to me, because I don't think you realize you got 3rd place here, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, the car looks like it's running pretty good.
Yeah, a little bit more power, but she's fine the way she is.
There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And now we're going to go over here and talk to the guy in that number 15 car. Put on a little bit of a driving performance, I think, for us today.
Oh, I tell you, man, that was all suspension, that one. We lost 3rd gear, so we were running her in 4th. And boy, I was counting down the laps, looking at that flag, man.
Well, I tell you, the car you had out here last year was good. But I think by far this car is just a little wee bit better.
Well, I've been happy with it so far, and I mean, the guys have been working real hard on it. So, big thanks to the entire crew that's helped me out here. Steve, Jay, Mike, Tyler, the whole crew. Thanks a lot.